AEW President Tony Khan hints at a possible AEW streaming deal with Warner Bros. Discovery streaming property Max in a new interview. This, of course, amid the rumors of a new offer made by Warner Bros. Discovery to AEW, with the previous offers reportedly being at least double to what AEW is currently on with WBD. Now, a big spoiler, won't show it here, but a big name reportedly is scheduled for AEW All In this weekend. We'll let you know about that. Darby Allin reportedly is being discussed for a major AEW title run after AEW All In this weekend. Tonight's edition of AEW Dynamite is from Cardiff, Wales. It's a dual taping of Dynamite as well as AEW Collision, and indeed it is sold out. Roman Reigns reportedly has been pulled from an upcoming episode of SmackDown. An update on the WWE statuses of new WWE signing Stephanie Vacqua as well as Julia. We have the ratings for Monday's edition of Raw on USA Network. Chris Jericho confirms Fozzy will be performing live once again this year at AEW All In at Wembley Stadium, and John Cena says he signed a new WWE contract extension ahead of his impending retirement from WWE. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. Let's begin with Tony Khan. You can see him right there wearing a Max hat and once again hinting at a possible impending announcement regarding a brand new media rights deal with Warner Bros. Discovery. Of course, we brought you the story yesterday from Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select that WBD had made a brand new offer to All Elite Wrestling for an extension of their current media rights agreement with the organization. And reportedly, previous offers that AEW had been offered by WBD had been at least double what AEW's current deal was. We don't know the finer details of this new offer, but certainly Tony Khan in a new interview looks pretty confident and is sporting some WBD properties on his hat. Now, during an interview with Barstool Sports, Tony Khan wore a baseball cap, as I mentioned, that featured the logo of WBD's streaming service Max. Khan said he was given the hat by Warner Bros. Discovery when he was in Paris recently for the Olympics. It was also reported that he met with Warner Bros. Discovery CEO David Zaslav in the city. Here's what Tony Khan had to say.
Why are you wearing a Max hat?
I was given this hat, and it's a lovely hat, and I think it's a wonderful streaming service. And this hat was gifted to me in Paris as part of a great backpack of stuff that I had in my hotel room when I got there for the Olympics. And I spent great time there with Mr. David Zaslav. And, all the great people at Warner Brothers Discovery. They were very kind to us.
So maybe a bit of a hint from Tony Khan. What do you think is going to happen when it comes to this media rights deal? And when do you think an announcement is going to be made? Could it be as soon as this weekend at AEW All In at Wembley Stadium? Let me know your thoughts about it in the comments section below. Now, spoilers ahead for AEW All In London this weekend. I'll let you skip ahead if you want to, because a big name reportedly is scheduled for the show. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He may be retired, but the icon Sting could be at Wembley Stadium this weekend. Now, this past weekend, Fightful Select, they detailed that Sting had been backstage at recent AEW Collision episodes, as Darby Allin has spoken about in a recent interview. Fightful also noted that Sting hadn't appeared in any other roles since his retirement, but that could be changing soon. Fightful Select's Sean Ross Sapp has learned that the legendary Sting told numerous people close to him that he was slated to make the trip to London for AEW All In. However, it was not elaborated on as to whether or not Sting was just visiting, if he was just supporting, or if he will appear in some on-screen capacity for AEW. AEW and Sting maintain a great relationship, and the company has long wanted to keep him involved in any way that he feels comfortable with. Of course, he retired earlier this year at AEW Revolution, retaining the AEW World Tag Team Championship alongside Darby Allin. Now, speaking of Darby Allin, this could be a very, very, very big year for the former TNT champion. Darby Allin has had a very eventful 2024 so far, from winning and then vacating the AEW World Tag Team Championships with Sting, to breaking his foot right before a planned Mount Everest ascent, to getting hit by an actual bus in New York City. However, the end of the year looks to be potentially as big for Darby Allin as the beginning. He has a guaranteed shot at the AEW World Champion at the Grand Slam edition of AEW Dynamite in September, which he earned earned by winning the Royal Rampage match in July, and according to the latest edition of the Wrestling Observer, he could potentially be in line to win the title. Darby Allin is the betting underdog heading into his coffin match with Jack Perry at AEW All In on August 25th, of course that being for the TNT Championship, with the reigning champion Jack Perry favoured with minus 600 odds at the time of this recording. Now Meltzer believes that if Darby Allin isn't winning the AEW TNT Championship at Wembley Stadium, he could very well win the AEW World Championship at Arthur Ashe Stadium. This reportedly is an idea that has been seriously discussed, especially because Bryan Danielson, who is the current favourite to leave London as AEW World Champion, is in need of neck surgery. With Bryan Danielson set to retire soon anyway, with the October 12th Wrestle Dream pay-per-view in Tacoma frequently speculated as his last full-time date, no one is sure how long he would be champion if he won at Wembley, just that the reign would be very brief. Meltzer wrote that the 1 month between Wembley and Arthur Ashe feels too short for a Danielson title reign, but he also said there's been talk of Darby Allin winning the title at Grand Slam regardless of who emerges on top at AEW All In. So what do you think the plan is going to be when it comes to the AEW World Championship this year? Is it going to be Danielson, then Darby Allin? Is it going to be Swerve Strickland, then Darby Allin? How do you think this one's going to play out? Let me know your thoughts about it in the comment section below. Now, Dynamite tonight, as I mentioned, is in Cardiff, Wales, and AEW Dynamite is now sold out. AEW posted the following on social media earlier today, confirming the sellout for the event. They tweeted out, quote, AEW Dynamite in Cardiff, Wales is officially sold out. Watch Dynamite tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central on TBS, and don't miss out on tickets for AEW All In London this Sunday. Now, this is a legitimate sellout, it does look like, as you can see right there. WrestleTix, this was just a few hours before AEW made this announcement, posted the following update suggesting that only 3 tickets were left available for the dual taping this evening in Cardiff, and as one would expect, those tickets were sold. Now, their current setup, according to WrestleTix estimate there, was 4,236. Now, in terms of this compared to the actual capacity of the venue, it's pretty close to what the capacity is for the Utilita Arena there in Cardiff. As you can see, it boasts a capacity of 5,000, so considering staging and setup, one would think that would amount to just over 4,000 people to be able to get into the venue. As you can see right here, this is a look of what Dynamite will look like at the venue later on this evening, as well as the setup for AEW Collision as well. Now let's go over to WWE and let's talk about Roman Reigns. Of course, the Bloodline story is the focal point of SmackDown at the moment, and the month of August has been a strong one for WWE, with Roman Reigns making his return to the company at the beginning of the month. In addition to his WWE SummerSlam appearance, Reigns has been regular on SmackDown over the last several weeks, and that will likely continue to be the case, but there is one installment of the show that looks as though it won't feature the original Tribal Chief. According to WrestleTalk, Reigns was initially advertised to appear on the September 13th episode of SmackDown in Seattle, Washington. However, he has since been removed from advertising for the show, indicating that he has been pulled from the event. The report notes that Reigns has been replaced in the main position on posters for the show by Tiffany Stratton, while Cody Rhodes, Bayley, LA Knight, Nia Jax, and Solo Sikoa are all advertised to appear. Last week on SmackDown, Reigns was beaten down by the Bloodline in a segment that included the return of Jacob Fatu. The company has been very deliberate in creating many strong opportunities for future matchups involving Reigns, which should include both Sikoa and Fatu. Additionally, with the recent announcement that WWE Survivor Series War Games will be back again this year, Reigns seems poised for an appearance in the titular match type, putting together a team to help him take on this latest incarnation of the Bloodline. The faction certainly has no shortage of enemies who likely would jump at the chance to get in the ring with them, though forgiving Roman Reigns for his years as the company's biggest villain may be a bit of a hard sell. Now, a bit of an update when it comes to Julia and Stephanie Vacqua. We know they're WWE bound, but when are they going to make their official WWE televised debut? WWE NXT fans have been waiting to see Julia and Stephanie Vacqua make their highly anticipated debuts, and it seems that their arrivals are not too far away. Julia has agreed to join WWE all the way back in April, but wanted to help Marigold get off the ground in Japan this summer. As for Vacqua, she already made her WWE in-ring debut, appearing at a pair of matches against Isla Dawn at the company's recent live events in Monterrey and Mexico City. However, neither woman has appeared on WWE television at the time of recording. As for when their televised debuts will be, Julia and Vakwa seem to be in different spots. According to the Wrestling Observer, Julia's debut is imminent as she wrestled her final singles match in Japan on August 19th and will be competing in a special gauntlet match against the Marigold roster on August 25th before traveling stateside to begin her life as a WWE superstar. However, Vakwa's debut is a little while away as she is still waiting for her American work visa to come in. The report also stated that Vakwa working the aforementioned WWE live events in Mexico meant she wasn't allowed to drop the CMLL Women's World and Women's Tag Team Championships and had to cancel appearances for both New Japan and Rev Pro as a result. CMLL has washed its hand of Vakwa afterward, and it's unlikely she'll work with the company again due to the controversial and sudden nature of her exit. But of course, this is the wrestling business, so anything is possible. Now let's talk about the ratings for Raw on Monday when it comes to USA Network. Monday night's episode of WWE Raw averaged 1.641 million viewers on the USA Network, which is down over 13% from last week. It's the lowest audience total the show has done on that network since June 10. Raw drew a 0.50 rating in the 18-49 demo that tied CNN's coverage of the Democratic National Convention for the top spot on cable, although the convention aired on several cable and network stations, all head-to-head. Raw's rating was down 20.6% from last week and ties the lowest number the show has done since January 12, when it went against an NFL playoff game. As compared to the same week in 2023, Raw's overall viewership is up 3.1%, while its 18-49 rating was steady. Of course, as I mentioned, there was strong competition, so it'll be interesting to see what happens next week for the show. Now, as I mentioned, AEW All In London is this weekend from Wembley Stadium. Last year, Chris Jericho sung himself to the ring, and this weekend he's going to do it again. Now, as I mentioned, ahead of his match with Will Ospreay at the August 2023 All In event, Chris Jericho performed his Judas entrance theme with his band Fozzy, playing himself to the ring. Speaking with Daily Star, Jericho has confirmed that Fozzy will once again play him to the ring this weekend. Noting that it's an honor to sing in Wembley Stadium, Jericho said, quote, "Last year I did them both, wrestling and performing, at the same time when I played myself to the ring. We're going to do that again this year as well. It's live energy. Anytime you do something live, there's a certain magic to it. Jericho the wrestler is different from Jericho on stage. It is interesting to do them both within the same 20 minutes like we did last year, and we're going to do this year. That's why I don't do it too often, because there's a little bit of a switch that you have to have. It's worth it. To say we've played Wembley twice, it's a combined 5 minutes. 5 minutes at Wembley, I think any rock and roll band ever would take that. Obviously, you want to do a whole set, but if you're not Queen or Taylor Swift, I bet anyone would take 5 minutes. We got to do that. It's a great honor for us. Of course, Jericho will defend his FTW championship against Hook at All In London on August 25th. If Hook loses the match, he won't be able to challenge for the FTW title again, while Chris Jericho is the For the World champion. And finally, John Cena, he will be retiring from in-ring competition in WWE in 2025, but he is slated to make appearances moving forward after he hangs up his jorts and sneakers. Now, John Cena, of course, shocked the world at Money in the Bank earlier this year by officially announcing his retirement tour for 2025. Planning to wrestle at a number of shows before hanging his jorts up for good at the end of the year, Cena has noted that after December 2025, he will never wrestle again. John Cena has now confirmed that he has signed a contract extension with WWE, so he will remain with the company after he retires from in-ring competition. Speaking on Sharon Sharp on Club Shay Shay, John Cena said, quote, "I have such a trustworthy relationship with them. Over 2 decades, I'm a champion of the brand. I love the company. It is my home. They are my family. Even after 2025, I've already signed an extension to remain a member of the WWE family for the near, mid, and long-term future. I don't think there will be a beat of my heart where WWE blood doesn't come out of it." So Cena, he's going to be with WWE for the rest of his life, not just his in-ring career. But there you go, guys. The latest pro wrestling news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right-hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.